Welcome everyone to the first information session we're running on the very exciting 2025 HULT Prize opportunity. And we're thrilled that you've joined us late in December to get the first insights on what is possible. Okay, firstly, before we get into it, I would like to acknowledge that I'm coming to you from the land of the Bedegal people today, and I pay my respects to the elders past and present, and acknowledge that wherever you are joining us from is also within Australia is from Aboriginal land, and pay my respects to any Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander people joining us on the call today. So we've got an order of events just to give you an overview of what's to come in the next half hour or so. Of course, an introduction to wonderful UNSW founders, an overview of social enterprise, and then we'll move through logistics and common questions that we get about HULT Prize, team building, the ideas themselves, and many other subtopics. My name is Gabriella Del Pozo. I'm the UNSW Founders Community Manager, and very excited to be your main point of contact for all things HULT from here throughout the competition. And my email address will also be on one of the slides towards the end, and I really welcome any questions that you may have over email after today. Okay, let's get into it. So, UNSW Founders, we are a university-based entrepreneurial support program, and we're Australia's leading one at that. We help students, staff, alumni, and other people connected to the university translate cutting-edge research into incredibly impactful startups that both deliver, impact for the world and are commercially viable. We provide all of these comprehensive support programs for free because we are philanthropically funded to always find a better way, as are the words of our founder, Michael Crouch. So let us take a little steer into the world of social enterprise in particular. For those who, hello. Hi. For those who may be new to this type of term, or you have a vague idea, hopefully what you see on the screen there really clarifies it. That first two sentences, it runs, social enterprises run like a business, but they exist primarily to put people and planet first. They can trade, they can be marketplaces. We'll see some examples in a moment, but they exist to make the world a better place. At this stage of the HULT competition, HULT Prize competition rather, you don't need to have a fully fledged developed business, of course, but we want really impactful evidence-based ideas, and we are here to help you through that journey of formulating your idea. As you can see, it's also a really good point to check in your own time. Social Enterprise Australia lists over 12,000 social enterprises that already exist. And so you can find ideas, firstly, of industries and ways that people are shaping them, but also opportunities to not exactly double something that's already been invented. Anyway, we can get to some examples now. So you can see another really great resource up there. The website secna.org.au lists out more specific to New South Wales and ACT, the social enterprise ecosystem. And you can see these are not the only models, but these are three quite common social enterprise models that we see working really well around Australia. So number one, work integrated social enterprises with a really big focus on training and upskilling different people from different parts of our society. Of course, selling goods and services, a bit more traditional, but those goods and services in themselves are fundamental to making a positive impact on people and planet. And you can see some examples there: Green Connect, reverse garbage, and of course, profit distributing. This is a really powerful and perhaps more innovative approach. And I would really encourage you to look at some examples of profit distributing in your own time. So, getting towards the mechanics of the HULT Prize competition. As you can see on that timeline snapshot there, it's a year-long competition, and it is open to university students from around the whole world. The key stage that we're going to be talking about today is stage 1, which will be occurring in February next year. However, really from today, everything is open to begin applications, etc. So people joining today are in the box seat to get ready and start researching and preparing ideas to submit by February, and be very heavily involved in the February happenings that will be happening on campus here at Kensington. I'll get to those soon. But it's also good to see at the bottom there just a bit of the scope of this competition. Over 1 million alumni, over 100,000 participants annually. I don't need to read every stat, you can see them, but it is a big and exciting opportunity. And if anything, the networking alone that comes out of these types of things is really second to none. Plus all of the other benefits, which we'll discuss. Okay, so moving a bit, narrowing down to stage 1, particularly around UNSW. So we are going to, we of course, as UNSW is hosting qualifiers and nationals actually later on in the year, we are falling in line with HULT overall. Now that they're a global competition, so some of our deadlines are a bit interesting. We're working around O week, but it's very exciting to be able to offer some really fantastic preparation workshops in O week itself. They'll all be happening here at Kensington campus, and these are not compulsory, but if you are onto an idea, it's highly recommended that you register for these events. They will be linked on Eventbrite and available through the HULT website. So they will be between 1 to 2 hours each, and they'll be about refining your pitching skills, making sure that your idea is in fact addressing the HULT Prize competition criteria, and all sorts of other wonderful insights. The big deadline to note, red underline, as you can see, Sunday the 16th of February at midnight is the deadline for your HULT team application. You complete 1 application per team, and that will require 2 materials to be attached. We'll go through those in more detail very soon, but Sunday the 16th of February 2025. You can also see at the bottom of the page the most helpful website to find all of this most updated information as the months and weeks pass by. Any updates will be on that website link. Following the main deadline of the 16th of February, we will then be selecting finalists from anyone who submitted their exciting idea. We'll be notifying those finalists as soon as possible, most likely on the 17th of February. And then now you can see on the screen all compulsory engagements for any finalist team for the week between the 19th of February and the 25th of February. So please make some notes in your, you could screenshot this slide if you like, and we will share the slides after today as well with anyone attending. But the next major date to note and to be preparing for is the 25th of February. Very exciting finals day, again, here at Kensington campus. Okay. Eligibility requirements. We are really excited to ensure as many UNSW students are involved as possible. But on top of that, HULT Prize does make provisions for teams that have a mix of students from a variety of universities. So if that's you, or that becomes you, if you meet another university student, you still have ways to enter. But yeah, for now, everyone in your team must be studying, either undergraduate, postgraduate, or PhD seeking. 2 to 4 people. That's quite a hard line, not 1, not 5, so 2 to 4 people. And a repetition there, the key eligibility is submitting your application form on that date that we've already discussed, 16th of February. And the other key eligibility requirement to really note as you go through is addressing the sustainable, at least one UN Sustainable Development Goal. Now, the big question we do get asked fairly often is, okay, I'm onto an idea, but how do I find more teammates? Or I don't have my own personal idea, but I'm really eager to be involved. How do I find a team that I can help and be a part of? This slide is the way I would highly recommend you do it. You've got to hit the ground running and reach out to your existing networks, share your enthusiasm for social enterprise, talk about it with classmates, friends, etc. And then the other very handy way to do it is to make sure that you can join the UNSW Founders Online Community Forum. And I would recommend doing this as soon as you can. It's a very exciting space where you can join channels and post and talk about your, what you're seeking. There are 2 examples in the pink text there. I want to join an existing team, or I am a team captain and I want 2 more team members, and you'll be onto something good if you can post there and find some enthusiastic people. There's over, off the top of my head, there's over 2,500 startup-minded, like-minded people already in those channels. So they may even tap into their networks if they see your post. Okay, and who is HULT Prize for? There's so many people that it's for. Just some examples. If you've always wanted to learn about startups, this is one of the most exciting and hands-on way to get really stuck into it. If you want to challenge yourself and get out of your comfort zone, of course, if you're committed and interested in learning more about the UN Sustainability Development Goals, and just in general, boosting your career options and networks. So getting to the nitty-gritty of the application form. Each team, as I said earlier, each team will complete one UNSW application form with 2 key attachments. One is a 2-page idea summary. The template for that is provided on our website, and the website is outlined right there once again. The second attachment is your pitch deck slides and the associated recording that you present with that. So this is, again, stepped out very clearly on our website, but a quick summary is that you will end up sending us a YouTube link of your best recording. Once again, just to be clear, this is all to be done by the 16th of February. So you'll need to be scheduling in a lot of practice before that date to make sure your submission is as great as it can be. Here is a snapshot of the 2-page idea summary that I mentioned a moment ago. You'll be able to download this from our website. And some tips on, my screen is freezing for a moment, some tips on the pitch deck and the recording. So there is a suggested template for the pitch deck itself, just as a starting point. We really want you to make your pitch deck unique to your idea and your team. Diagrams, graphs, etc., they are great if they're relevant. So be selective about what you put on your slides, and deliver your pitch with a lot of energy and great body language and positivity, of course. The key thing to note here is that the pitch recording is a 3-minute maximum. Not 3 minutes and 42 seconds, it's 3 minutes. So it is a tricky thing. It's the nature of pitching, is refine, refine, refine. But we believe in you. And as I said earlier, we're here to help you along that journey to get to a really strong pitch. There are some more tips on the slide there. I won't read it word for word, but again, when you get the slides of today's presentation, I would encourage you to come back and look at all of these tips. Here is the template I mentioned regarding your slides as well. So, and even a direct link to find that template for you to download yourself. Come submission date, the 16th of February, you will be exporting your slides as a PDF. So feel free to create them in either PowerPoint or Canva prior to that, but we will be seeking the PDF. Okay, on to the exciting tips of, okay, well, all of this that I've mentioned so far is well and good, but, you know, how do I really get the edge on the competition? How do I make our team's idea really pop and stand out? Well, it turns out that you actually can have an advanced view of the scorecard that judges will be using. Again, link is on the slide, but it's really useful to just have a quick understanding now that really the 4 key areas that they'll be judging your pitch on are your team's energy, your presentation skills, the idea itself, and how well your team understands the existing problem that you're trying to solve. The impact, does it align with at least one UN SDG? And of course, the business viability. What level of understanding does your team have about the economics and a realistic path to profitability so that your wonderful idea will survive in the future? A little bit more on how to make sure your idea and your submission is amazing. You can go to the website, again, listed on the screen, and we've provided a shortcut link to the digital learning hub that's provided by the HULT Prize Global team themselves. And this is a really fantastic resource. As you can see, 8 modules to get stuck into. It's mainly video based. There are some attached reading materials, but I would highly encourage you early on in your brainstorming, I would watch as many of these as you can in the early stages to steer you in the right direction. Benefits of participating in this wonderful competition. Well, there are many more than you can see listed on the screen, but it is good to note. There are some cash prizes along the way and qualifiers and nationals for teams that are selected by judges. Of course, that goes without saying, you will grow, you will build your skills, you will build your networks, friendships. That's one of the most exciting benefits. Of course, career development goes along with that. An opportunity to do live pitching at the national finals. Exciting to note that this next year, 2025, will be the first time that the nationals are held at UNSW. So we're really excited to put all of our strongest teams forward that we possibly can. Now, looking beyond the national finals in Australia, winners as judged by global HULT panels as well, will then have the opportunity to proceed right up to stage 5, which is held in London. And of course, $1 million for the global winning team. So here we are.